Bunch there, or Poland, if you like. In the
I
center.
will say I did give Casu Marzu a good shout out for best Sardinian cheese-based team name in the last.
What does that name mean?
It's from a GMAT and GRE problem where there's this really terrifying and disgusting description of a cheese that they ferment using maggots. And it's like the greatest problem to teach in classes because it makes students so uncomfortable. And we thought it would be this.
That's our stock in trade.
Exactly. We thought it would be this great inside Kaplan joke because I think teachers never forget having taught that passage.
But is it Casu Marzu or Casa Marzu?
Casu.
Casu.
Marzu.
Casu Marzu is Casa Marzu.
Right. So every year they make it cleverer with different puns based off of the Sardinian cheese. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, Bob. You have a great show. Everybody answer lots of questions correctly.
Thank you. Yes, please do.
See you all soon. Okay, bye.
Okay. Hi, Dan.
Hello.
For somebody who wasn't planning to be at all these matches, you certainly are ubiquitous. Not that we mind, I feel very confident with you at the helm.
So you should see a screen share with the buzzer up. The game code for you guys is 315. The URL you should see at the top there is tpt.mykaplan.tv. You don't want the host.html part. You just want tpt.mykaplan.tv. We did have some issues at the top, but Ermin was able to rectify, and we should be good to go.
Can you all hear me?
Yes. Was that you, Charlie, who said, can you all hear me? That's unfortunate.
Is it okay if I test my buzzer?
Not yet, Hunter. You have to wait to be called out. Now, go for it. It didn't work. No, it worked just fine. Well done. Joe, give me a test buzz. Thank you. And as you log in, feel free to give it... there's Ray. Well, that was
I'm up to a really good start here, Dan. What is the what is it again?
tpt.mykaplan.tv. Hey, Ray, can you buzz again for me? Can you do me a favor, Ray, and refresh your browser? Well, let's try it one more time. There we go. That was strange. You were coming up as gray. You're team neutral.
I forgot to select my team.
Aha.
My bad.
Likely story. That should actually fail. That shouldn't let you do that. But I will let Ermin know that is a bug to work out.
Hunter, you are the captain of Total Amateurs? So am I?
As of 2 minutes ago, yes, I am.
Okay.
Take it and run, Hunter. Take it and run.
You've got this, Hunter.
Some are born to captainship and some have captainship thrust upon them.
So to add, Charlie looks like he's still waiting for his audio to sync up. Valerie.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Excellent. And
I think I'm in the wrong window still. I don't have a buzzer.
So you need to go to a web browser, whether on your phone or on your machine, and go to tpt.mykaplan.tv.
Okay.
And then it should ask you for a game code, and that would be 315.
Okay.
And then you enter your name and pick your team. Charlie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Excellent. Winner, chicken dinner.
Even 1 year later, Charlie still has the most interesting art over his shoulder. 1 year later.
Sir.
Val, can you give me a test buzz? Thank you.
All right, thanks.
So Bob will run you guys through some quick rules here. We will try to kick off as quickly as possible. I do apologize for the tardiness of today's match as the one prior to us ran over as a buzzer issues. But to quickly let you know, you want to stay muted until you answer. So you want to come off mute. I have the power to mute people too, and I use it judiciously. But to let you know, if you have technical issues, let me know via chat or via a G-chat. If you have any issues, you're in the room, feel free to come off mute and say so, that you're just, you need the buzzer refreshed or something's happening. Quick Zoom tips. Within Zoom itself, you can use Control A or on a Mac Shift Apple or Shift Command A to mute, unmute your microphone. So those are the hotkeys to get you in and out of mute and unmute. Outside of that, Bob will probably go over some rules quickly. Nothing too in-depth, as you should have had the rules sent out to you. Let's see. Bob, you are off camera for me right now. I don't know if that's intentional or not. There he is. There he is. Ray, you got your buzz?
It was intentional because I'm shy.
Nice. Sure. That's the one word. When somebody says, describe Bob Verini for me, that is the first word that comes to mind. Andy, can you give me a test buzz? Thank you. Has everybody test buzzed? I believe so. Ray, Charlie, yep, yes, Hunter, Kristen Val. Excellent. And total amateurs, you're playing with 3 players?
Apparently.
Okay. Godspeed.
No, yeah.
Enjoy your time. And don't be afraid when you do unmute to speak up. Some microphones are auto dropped by Zoom, so feel free to speak up. We'll let you know if you're too loud. Rather you be louder than softer.
This is my first time, so I have a possibly dumb question. Do I need to be calling that conference line right now? Is that?
So that's something we can discuss here quickly. The conference line is for consultation at the top of each category, which goes very quickly, or for consultation after someone gets it wrong. So say me, Casu gets a question incorrect, which does not happen often, but say they do. You would have the opportunity to steal that answer. And in doing so, you can talk to one another for your captain, Hunter, to then answer. So Hunter would be the one to answer on the steals, but you can talk to one another. So you can either do it on the phone line, or if you so choose, just here in Zoom. Whatever's easier for you.
Yeah. Let's just do it in Zoom. We're off to a good start with 3.
All right, excellent. Right?
Yeah,
I love your confidence, Kristen.
Yeah, and by the way, Dan, way to let the newcomers feel confident in their opponents.
Well, should I say they're going to get everyone wrong, but they don't?
Come
on. I will say that I peeked in on the last match, and one team consulted for everyone to hear, and it was just fine because the other team's already gotten it wrong, so it doesn't matter. And in fact, it adds to the interest because one of the players said, I think it's Othello, but I'm not going to guess. Let's pass. And it was Othello. So that was an interesting kind of thing. So I think probably within the next week or two, we'll just get rid of the phone lines altogether.
So very analog of us anyway.
Yeah, they really aren't that important.
But Bob, then you don't get this awesome wait music.
Yes, that's true. That would be the downside. Losing that would be the downside.
And Hunter's dancing, apparently. But
yeah, I think Hunter should get some bonus points for that head bobbing.
It actually getting rid of the phone line would remove a temptation for cheating because we're not allowing any. This is one of the rules I like to mention. We don't allow any consultation during the toss-up. That is the 65 toss-up. Clues.
Should we just all shut our phones off right now?
You certainly don't need to, but I'm letting total amateurs know that you don't need to be on that phone line. We can hear you consult. That's not a problem. The things you need to remember are mute until I recognize you. You don't have to answer in the form of a question, though you may if you want to. Nobody will revile or make fun of you if you do. And you are only allowed to buzz in a maximum of 2 times per 5-clue category. If you buzz in a 3rd time in that category, your team will lose points. There will be no warnings. So many people have gotten into the mode, after they buzzed in twice, they do the gesture that indicates my hands are off the buzzer for the rest of this category. Okay? Other than that, I just give the same advice to novices and veterans alike. I advise you to be bold. I tell my students the same thing. We all do. You can buzz in at any point in the clue. And the way to avoid getting steamrollered is to be daring. You've all seen Jeopardy. You know the clues get easier to harder. So have fun. And, as we always say at Kaplan classes, dare to be wrong. This is all for fun. So dare to be wrong. Cautiousness never helps on the standardized test, and it never helps on the TPT. With that, hi, everybody. I'm Bob Verini. This is match number 6, I believe, or close to it. We have a veteran team, me, Casu, Marzu, su Casa, Marzu, something which means something to them and to other GMAT teachers, I am told. They are experienced in the tournament, and they're going up against total amateurs, which is not insulting. That's the team name, the blue team. So we have Ray as the captain of Casu, and Hunter as the captain of Total Amateur. And we're going to jump right in and hope that, knock wood, that we have no glitches. So have fun, teams. Nice big energy. I will do everything I can to read the clue such that you have a strong chance to answer it. And with that, here we go with our first category, which is perfect for lunchtime, sandwiches. It's perfect unless you're as hungry as I am. Okay, here we go with sandwiches for 1 point. Martha Stewart's favorite recipe for this sandwich includes light mayo and uses 10 whites and only 2 yolks. Charlie?
Egg salad sandwich?
That is right. So Casu comes out of the gate with 1 point. That's her egg salad sandwich. I'm sure it was delicious in prison. Now, sandwiches for 2. Kraft informs us that Americans eat 2.2 billion of these cooked sandwiches a year. Charlie?
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese is right. It's actually 2.2 million and 1 because I had one yesterday. And Charlie needs to do the gesture. He is out of the running for this category. He'll be back for the next one, which is called sides, as a preview, sides. Here we go with sandwiches. The pain bagnat, a Niçoise specialty, is a Provençal version of this American brown bag staple. The pain bagnat, a Niçoise specialty, is a Provençal version of this American brown bag staple. 5 seconds. Val?
Tuna?
Tuna is right. And Val, you have tied it up, but also you got a triple stumper, my friend.
I don't know what that is.
A triple stumper means when this was on the Jeopardy show, none of the contestants on the show knew it.
I just knew Niçoise salad had tuna in it.
That's exactly the way they write these clues. I predict a good future for at least Val. Okay, no, you're doing great, and we're tied up. I'm going to announce the score every 3 categories. So total amateurs are on the board. Here we go with sandwiches for 4. Butter, Romano, and this meat are traditional in a hot brown, a late November favorite from Kentucky's Brown Hotel. Butter, Romano, and this meat are traditional in a hot brown, a late November favorite from Kentucky's Ray?
What is turkey?
Turkey, yes. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Butter, cheese, and turkey. Oh my God, that sounds so great. So that's 4 points for Casu. And now we close out the category. Everybody but Charlie is eligible for 5 points. A sandwich specialty of Montreal is this pastrami-like delight, viande fumée en français. A sandwich specialty of Montreal is this pastrami-like delight, viande fumée en français. 5 seconds. Ton.
You guys need Bailey.
Alex always overpronounces his French. That is another triple stumper, smoked meat.
Smoked meat.
Viande fumée is smoked meat. Okay, Charlie's back. Everybody's back as we start our next category, which, as I already said, was sides. Sides. Here we go for 1 point. Elvis wasn't crying all the time, having a dual-sided #1 hit with Don't Be Cruel and this song. Elvis wasn't crying all the time, having a dual-sided #1 hit with Don't Be Cruel and this song. Ray.
What is hound dog?
You ain't nothing but a hound dog. That is right. And if I may take a personal moment, this was a Final Jeopardy clue when I was on the show back in 1987. for my fourth game I won because it was Elvis's first #1 hit, and either song was acceptable. And I guessed Hound Dog, and I was correct. So congratulations, Ray. I feel like we bonded. It's a very meaningful clue to me. Okay. None of you cared about that. But we'll go on to sides for 2 points. Okay. Oh. Time is on side 1 of this Pink Floyd album. Money is on side 2. Andy.
Dark Side of the Moon.
Dark Side of the Moon is correct. Andy gets another 2 points for me, Casu. Sides for 3. Fittingly, Act of Contrition was on the flip side of this #1 Madonna single. Fittingly, Ray?
What is Like a Virgin?
That is incorrect. It's an opportunity for total amateurs. And now you can consult via phone or via the airwaves. Fittingly.
All right, Kristen, you're the Madonna expert.
I am definitely not.
What is it, Kristen?
I don't know. Val, do you know?
I was going to repeat it for you.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah, you always repeat in a safe situation. Fittingly, Act of Contrition was on the flip side of this #1 Madonna single.
And they guessed Like a Virgin, right? Oh,
Yeah,
can't answer
they
that.
guessed. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Does anyone know any Madonna songs?
Like a Prayer.
Like, that's the only other one I can think of too.
Borderline.
I need an answer or pass.
I say we go with Like a Prayer, right?
We're gonna go with Like a Prayer, Bob.
Thank heaven. Yes, Like a Prayer is correct.
Oh my gosh, we're not negative.
And who came up with that one? Who came up with that?
That was all Kristen.
Yeah, that was Kristen.
Okay, well, Kristen, you came in because you got the triple stumper this time. Nobody on the show knew that.
Hunter.
Though they did get Like a Virgin right. And to be fair, Like a Virgin was 2/3 correct. Okay. Good match so far. Here we go for 4 points in sides. Side 1 of his album, Midnight Love, provided sexual healing. Side 1, Kristen?
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye is correct, and Total Amateurs takes the lead. You didn't buzz in on the previous one, Kristen, so you're still in the running in this category. Here's the last clue for 5 points in sides. Side 1 of her album, Tapestry, starts with I Feel the Earth Move. Andy?
Carole King.
That's right. I didn't think I would get even that far through the clue, tell you the truth. Once you hear Tapestry, you got to figure somebody at Kaplan's going to know Carole King.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Just to point out, I added 5 points accidentally for the 4-point question, so I'm taking 1 point away from Total Amateurs.
Oh, okay. The score is correct then as it stands.
Oh, that hurt.
Well, you were in the lead, and it's very close, and never say die. Anybody can win this game. Here we go. After sandwiches and sides, our next clue is subs. Our next category is subs. Subs. I think you get where this is going. Okay, for 1 point, this instrument, in its simplest form, a tube with mirrors, enables the subcrew to see above the surface. Joe?
Periscope.
That is right. 1 point for Casa. Subs for 2. U-1, this country's first naval submarine, entered service in 1906. U-1, this country's first naval submarine, entered service in 1906. Joe?
Germany.
Germany is right. They had U-1, but you lost. Okay, that's right, for 2 points. Subs for 3. Under Pressure, the first novel by this author of Dune, details the... Ray?
Who is Frank Herbert?
Frank Herbert is right. I knew I couldn't get through that clue either. It details the dangerous mission of a 4-man sub crew. Okay, subs for 4. Here we go. In 1800, this inventor let off some steam building a copper-covered sub called the Nautilus. In 1800, this inventor let off some steam building a copper-covered sub called the Nautilus. 5 seconds. Time. Dan, what inventor is associated with steam?
Whoever invented the steam engine, like
Is it Fulton?
Robert Fulton is correct.
Yeah, I just
yes.
wasn't confident enough to guess.
Who we were looking for. Okay. 5 points. Here we go with the end of the first half of the first round. Subs. This Confederate sub that sank in 1864 was raised from the sea bottom off Charleston in the year 2000. This Confederate sub that sank in 1864 was raised from the sea bottom off Charleston in the year 2000. 5 seconds. Time. Dan, you remember?
No idea.
It's the Hundley. Andy should know that.
The Hundley is right.
Andy and Joe are both Charlestonians.
No, it was on the tip of my tongue. I could see it visually. I've been to see the actual thing. Like, I was just completely frozen.
Well, if it's any consolation, on the show, their guesses were Merrimack, Monitor, and Harley. So there was a triple stumper on the show as well. At the halfway point of the first round, Casu Marzu, Casu Marzu, 18. Total amateurs very much within shouting distance at 10. And
I appreciate that.
you know what? The points don't count in this first round. That was true on Jeopardy too. The big money is in the second half. So just relax, get to know the game, feel out the buzzer. After sandwiches, subs, and sides, our next category is tossed salad. Tossed salad. For 1 point. Mistress of the Robes is the title of this woman's chief lady-in-waiting. Mistress of the Robes, Ray?
Who is the Queen of England?
Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II, to be precise. That's 1 point. For 2 points. Goiter is caused by a deficiency of this element in the thyroid gland. Andy?
Iodine?
Iodine is right. Reminds me of my favorite Three Stooges quote. Oh, goiter. That is correct. Okay, for 3 points in tossed salad. Somebody needs to mute. I'm hearing sound. Everybody must be muted.
That's me, Bob.
Oh, you too. Here we go for tossed salad for 3. 2010 marked 50 years, 50 years of this device, which has revolutionized eye surgery and outdoor light shows. 2010, Charlie?
Laser.
The laser is correct for 3 points. Toss salad for 4. According to Jewish legend, the number of righteous men in each generation, or the highest number in roulette. According to Jewish legend, the number of righteous men in each generation, or the highest number in roulette. Hunter?
36.
36 is correct.
My gambling problem paid off.
Very good. I didn't know that Jewish legend got into things like roulette and gambling, but you know, it's not my people. Okay, well done. Here we go with the final clue in tossed salad, which, as you're sensing, is a bit of potpourri, for 5 points. Operation Dynamo was the Allied name for the desperate 1940 evacuation from this French town. Ray.
What is Dunkirk?
Dunkirk is correct for 5 points. Okay. What comes after sandwiches, sides, subs, and tossed salad? Desserts, of course. Desserts. For 1 point. Roald Dahl's Augustus Gloop gets his just desserts when he falls into a river of this, trying to drink it. Ray.
Chocolate.
Chocolate is correct for 1 point. Desserts for 2. This author's vile creation, Uriah Heep, has his fraud justly exposed. Ray?
Who is Charles Dickens?
Charles Dickens is right, and you're out of this category. Desserts for 3. At the end, this character's wild, W-I-L-D-E, in quotes, This character's wild, degenerate life is seen in his loathsome corpse. Nice picture, though. At the end, this character's wild, degenerate life is seen in his loathsome corpse. Nice picture, though. 5 seconds. Andy.
Dorian Gray.
Oscar Wilde wrote Dorian Gray, and he did indeed have a nice picture. Well done, Andy. That's 3 points for your team. Desserts for 4. Ray is still out of it. This novel's villain, de Villefort, finds his wife and son dead and Edmond Dantes gloating. This novel's villain, de Villefort, finds his wife and son dead and Edmond Dantes gloating. Hunter.
Oh, wait, it's Count of Monte Cristo, but I don't know if that was a question.
You've said it, so you got to take the 4 points that you get. It is my favorite novel, The Count of Monte Cristo. Beautifully done. Finally, for 5 points in desserts, this John Bunyan book features a man whose lusts and sins have him condemned for eternity in an iron cage. This John Bunyan book features a man whose lusts and sins have him condemned for eternity in an iron cage. 5 seconds. Time. Dan, do you know it? I think John Bunyan only wrote one book.
Pilgrim's Progress.
Pilgrim's Progress is right.
He also wrote Grace Abounding to the Chief Sinners.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that one.
I'm just going to admit something, Bob. I don't read much, so that's not going to be a good category for me.
Well, consider yourself flattered. I assume you know everything. Okay.
Well, I mean, according to my children, that's how I act, at least.
Our final category in this Foodorama is RBs. RBs, but that's R period B period. And each correct answer or question, if you go the Jeopardy way, will begin with the letter R and the letter B. For instance, for 1 point, in 2008, a 6'3", 9,033-pound ball was made using 726, Charlie?
Rubber bands.
726,500 of these stretchable office items. Rubber bands is right, Charlie. Nicely done for 1 point. Arby's for 2. I love Arby's. Ooh, especially the potato cakes. For 2 points. Referring to his circulatory system, it describes any strong, patriotic, lusty American man. Joe. Unmute, please.
Joe's computer is freezing. I'm sitting right next to him. Can I hand him my mic?
Yes.
Red-blooded?
Red-blooded is right. Very good. Okay. For 3 points, category RBs. This cerebral hemisphere helps us deal with spatial concepts. Charlie?
Right brain.
Right brain is right. You're out of this category. Only 2 more clues, though. For 4 points, the first African-American to win the Nobel Peace Prize, this man was appointed to the UN Palestine Commission in 1947. The first African-American to win the Nobel Peace Prize, this man was appointed to the UN Palestine Commission in 1947. 5 seconds. Time. The man is Ralph Bunche. Ralph Bunche is his name. Finally, RBs for 5 points. This small ledge beneath the doors of an auto helped passengers get in and out. Andy?
Running board.
Running board is the RB. And we're at the end of our first round, but we have a really cool intermission that we're putting into all these games that you may be aware of. Kaplan employees have been encouraged to send in their Jeopardy clues, or if you like, their favorite trivia questions. And we're going to feature 5 in the middle of each pair of rounds, which I like to call, though it's not really caught on yet, Kaplan crowdsourcing potpourri.
Hey, Bob, do the 2 buzz rules apply here?
They do.
Okay.
In these 5 questions, the 2 buzz rules also apply. You'll get 5 categories, 5 clues rather, though it's potpourri, so they come from anywhere. We were going to assign them point values 1 through 5, but you know what we felt? This is Kaplan, and we have learning science that demands that values be normed and tested, and we don't have time for that. Therefore, each of these special clues written by your colleagues and peers is worth 3 points. 3 points for each of the 5. So it's a full 15-point category, but 3 points apiece. And again, you lose points if you buzz in and are incorrect. Okay? After each one, I'll identify who sent it in. So here we go. Good luck, teams. This is Kaplan crowdsourcing potpourri. A group of owls, OWLS, a group of owls can be called a stare or this type of legislative body. Ray?
What is a parliament?
Parliament is right. And we can thank Ann Pennick for submitting that clue. And like all the submitters, we'll get an entry into a raffle. For the second clue for 3 points. Before Hulu launched in 2008, and before Netflix offered streaming video in 2007, this company launched its video on demand service in 2006. Before Hulu launched in 2008, and before Netflix offered streaming video in 2007, this company launched its video on demand service in 2006. 5 seconds. Time. The company that will soon own everything as we know it. Dan?
Comcast?
Amazon.
Oh,
Amazon. And that'll amount to 2 entries in the raffle for P. Kerr. I don't know what the P stands for, but P. Kerr sent it in, so congratulations.
Hey, Dan, did we get our 3 points for the first one? I thought we only got 1.
Yeah, I added for the first one, yeah.
Okay.
3 points. Next 3-point question. While best known for Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda actually won his first Tonys for this musical, Ray?
What is In the Heights?
In the Heights is right. Another 3 points for Casu, and you're out of this bonus round. Okay, other red team members can play versus total amateurs. Here we go for 4 points. That was, by the way, Rochelle Rothstein, head of the Cabal, sent that one in. 4th one, in 1889, this newspaper asked John Philip Sousa to compose a piece of music on the occasion of its essay contest award ceremony. In 1889, this newspaper asked John Philip Sousa to compose a piece of music on the occasion of its essay contest award ceremony. 5 seconds. Oh, time. Dan, do you know?
I would say the New York Times.
No.
No.
John Philip Sousa never wrote the New York Times Post-March, but he wrote the Washington Post-March. And the Washington Post is the correct question. So Glenn Maciag, you get an extra entry into the raffle for stumping our teams. The Washington Post. Finally, for 5 points, for 3 points, our 5th clue. At the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City, Trent Evans buried this object into center ice at the hockey venue to bring his country's teams good luck. At the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City, Trent Evans buried this object into center ice at the hockey venue to bring his country's teams good luck. 5 seconds. Time. Dan, you're a sports guy.
A maple leaf?
Nope.
Oh.
Is it a loony?
A loony is correct. Yes, it is a loony. Sounds a little loony to me, but he was Canadian, and there we go. Okay. At the end of our intermission, Casu Marzu is at 52, total amateurs 18. The points are all doubled and everything can change as we go into our next 6 categories, the first of which is operas with character. Operas with character. I will give you the character and description. You give me the opera, s'il vous plaît. For 2 points, good luck teams. Chocho-san, a young Japanese woman. Chocho-san, a young Japanese woman. Andy.
The Mikado?
That is incorrect. It's a break for total amateurs. For 2 points, you may consult Chocho-san, a young Japanese woman.
All right, Kristen, you're the opera expert.
Yeah. I don't know what's even going on, so I'm going to go ahead and say pass for me.
I have no idea.
We're going to go ahead and, after careful deliberation, we're going to go ahead and pass this one, Bob.
Okay. If I sang Un Bel Dì, would that have helped?
Not at all, Bob.
Madam Butterfly?
Madam Butterfly is the
course.
Japanese-based opera, Madam Butterfly. And you're lucky I didn't sing more. Okay, here we go for 4 points. Jemmy, a Swiss boy used as a target stand. Jemmy, Ray?
What is William Tell?
William Tell is correct. Yeah, that one was a little easier for 4 points.
Super easy.
For 6 points. Mozart's Queen of the Night, a sorceress. Mozart's Queen of the Night, a sorceress. 5 seconds. Ray.
Magic Flute?
Die Zauberflöte is correct for 6 points. And Ray, you're out of this category. Your teammates will have to carry the burden for the next 2 clues. Here we go, 8 points in operas with character. Daland, D-A-L-A-N-D, a captain of the high seas who meets a mysterious stranger. Daland, a captain of the high seas. Hunter.
Flying Dutchman.
Die Fliegende Holländer is correct. The Flying Dutchman. That's 8 big points. Very good. Finally, 10 points in operas with character. Kurvenal, a servant accompanying his knight and master to pick up a new bride. Kurvenal, a servant accompanying his knight and master to pick up a new bride. 5 seconds. Time. It's another Wagner opera, Tristan und Isolde. Tristan und Isolde has that comical servant. Not much comical in that opera other than him. Okay, weights and measures is our next category for 2 points. Weights and measures. Everybody's eligible to play. The name of this nautical measure also means comprehend. The name of this nautical measure also means comprehend. Andy?
Fathom.
Fathom is right for 2 points. Weights and measures for 4. For petroleum, 42 US gallons is one of these units. Charlie?
Barrel.
A barrel, right. Weights and measures for 6. A capital A with a dot over it is the symbol for this unit of length named for a Swedish scientist. A capital A with a dot over it. Andy?
Angstrom.
Angstrom is right. That is the angstrom symbol. Correct. Was that your second one in this category, Andy? I don't remember.
It was. He backed away.
Yes. Okay. Very good. I can't see I don't have the people on my screen, so I can't see. Okay. Everybody but Andy for 8 points. 1 unit of this distance used in horse racing is exactly 660 feet. Joe?
A furlong?
Furlong is right.
Nice.
And finally, for 10 points in weights and measures. Electron microscopes provide images with resolution measured in these units, also known as millimicrons, that are equal to about 1/50,000th the width of a human hair. Electron microscopes provide images with resolution measured in these units, also known as millimicrons, that are equal to about 1/50,000th the width of a human hair? 5 seconds. Time. Dan?
What is an inch, Bob?
No. 1/50,000th of the width of human hair. So I didn't know this either. And you know what? Neither did the players on Jeopardy. The correct answer is nanometers. Nanometers. Okay, so much for weights and measures. We go to U.S. place names. Everybody may play. U.S. place names for 2 points. No big surprise. This hook-shaped peninsula of Massachusetts was named for the fish caught off its, Andy?
Cape Cod.
Off its shores. Cape Cod is right for 2 points. Place names for 4. I didn't know this. This New York City borough was named for Catherine of Braganza, Charles II's wife. Ray?
What is Queens?
Queens is right. I did not know that. 6 points. Manila, Utah received its name in 1898 to commemorate a victory by Admiral Dewey during this war. Manila, Andy?
What's the Spanish-American War?
That is correct. That's your second one in this category, so you're out of it for the next 2. That's correct, though. For 8 points. One of Texas's barrier islands, this island was named for its wild horses, not its Ford coupes. Ray?
What is Palomino?
Incorrect. Break for total amateurs. Here you go, Hunter. You may consult. One of Texas's barrier islands, this island was named for its wild horses, not its Ford coupes.
Mustang?
I'm into that. What'd you say? Mustang?
Yeah.
We're going to go with Mustang, Bob.
That's 8 points for total amateurs. Mustang.
Oh!
Okay, very good.
50 points.
It's all about the playing. Here we go. For 10 points. U.S. place names. The first word of the clue is a play on words, so I'll just act it out. So, S-E-W. So, what you're saying is this California city on the edge of the Mojave Desert is named for some really sharp peaks. So, S-E-W. What you're saying is this California city on the edge of the Mojave Desert is named for some really sharp peaks. 5 seconds. Hunter.
Needles, California.
That is not just 10 points correct. That was a triple stumper. So well done. Triple stumper. Halfway through the second round, total amateurs have narrowed the gap some. 84 for the red team, 44 for the blue team. 3 more categories, lots of points left. Very well done there. The next category is letterman. Letterman, but it's not what you think. I need for each of these the name and the letters. The name and the letters. Just keep that in mind for letterman. For 2 points. This 19th century showman's first successful exhibit at the American Museum was the Fiji mermaid. And yes, it was fake. Ray?
Who is P.T. Barnum?
P.T. Barnum is the name and the letters. That's 2 points for the red team. Okay, for 4 points in letterman. Spend a night at museums designed by this architect, including Qatar's museum. Yes, Andy.
I am Pei.
You am right. I am Pei is correct. Qatar's Museum of Islamic Art and Kyoto's Miho.
I actually went there on a teaching trip for Kaplan International.
To Qatar or Kyoto?
To Qatar and I saw the I am Pei Museum there.
Oh, okay. Well, it paid off. Get it? All right, here we go. Letterman for 6. Oh, Moritz Cornelis were the first 2 names of this Dutch graphic artist known for his bizarre optical effects? Charlie.
MC Escher.
Everybody on the red team getting into the act. Yes, that's right, Charlie. MC Escher. Moritz Cornelius Escher. For 8 points in Letterman. The B in this psychologist's first name was for Burrus, which must have, Ray?
Who is B.F. Skinner?
B.F. Skinner is right, which must have influenced his behavior to go by his initials. Ha ha. But that's very good. Okay, and finally, for 10 points in Letterman. In 1895, he became the first African American to receive a PhD from Harvard. In 1895, he became the first, Joe?
W.E.B. Du Bois.
W.E.B. Du Bois is right, and the red team ran that category. Good teamwork, players. Okay, we go from Letterman to a single letter, J, the letter J. Okay, the letter J. All the responses in this category begin with the letter J. For 2 points, a vertical side of a doorway. A vertical, Charlie?
Jam.
Jam is right for 2 points. J for 4. By definition, it's something that brings bad luck. By definition, Kristen.
Jinx.
Jinx is correct for 4 points. J for 6. The shortened first name of a biblical man, it means to tease good-humoredly. The shortened, Charlie?
Josh.
Josh is correct. And that's your second one, so you're out of the J category. Well done. For 8 points. The astrological notion that a certain large planet exerted a happy influence led to this adjective. The astrological notion that a certain large, Andy?
Jovial.
Jovial, yes. I was wondering if anybody was going to buzz in and say Jupiter, but you waited, and jovial was the adjective. Finally, for 10 points in J, someone who's always ready to sign up with a new club. Someone who's always ready. Ray?
What is a joiner?
A joiner is correct. And we go into our final category, late night TV. Late night TV. For 2 points. She was a guest host on The Tonight Show, but after she got her own late night gig, Carson never spoke to her again. Andy?
Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers is correct for 2 points. Late night TV for 4. This talk show host's fanatical audience section near the band was known as the Dog Pound. This talk show host's, Val?
Jerry Springer?
Incorrect.
No, it's not late night. Sorry.
Incorrect. Sorry, I have to subtract 4. It's a break for the red team. This talk show host's fanatical audience section
It's Arsenio.
band was known as the Dog Pound.
Arsenio, Andy?
Yes, definitely Arsenio.
All right, we'll go Arsenio Hall.
Arsenio Hall is correct. Okay. 6 points. In 2005, this Scott took over as host of The Late Late Show. Kristen?
Craig Ferguson.
Craig Ferguson is right. There you go. 6 points. For 8 points. Late night TV. Before he hosted his HBO show, he hosted the late night Politically Incorrect on ABC. Kristen?
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher is right for 8 points. And everybody but Kristen gets to weigh in on this last one for 10 points. In 1973, Tom Snyder began hosting this show that fittingly was on after midnight. In 1973, Tom Snyder began hosting this show that fittingly was on after midnight. 5 seconds. Time. Dan, do you remember?
Is it something like the Tomorrow Show or something?
Tomorrow Show is exactly right. Well done, dude. Okay, a good match, a decisive win for Casu Marzu at 146, but a very nice first showing for Total Amateurs at 58. It is a double elimination tournament, so both teams will be back. Live in line and have a good time. You all did very well. We had some laughs. We had some fun. Thank you all so much. We'll see you around. And by the way, please do submit some trivia questions to get a chance to get into the raffle. Multiple
Thanks,
chances.
Bob.
Thank you
Thanks,
all.
Bob. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck, guys.
Have
Good
a
job,
great
guys.
weekend.